What's going on, you guys? So, taking a little break away from Apple for the moment. Apple's basically took over this entire month with Apple Watches, with iPhones, and even later this month, we got Pixels coming out and possibly more Apple products. I feel like there's just a tiny bit of a window of opportunity for myself to show you guys a device that I've really been trying to get out here, a device I've been waiting on for a little while, but I have been using for a little bit, and that is get in focus. Help you, boy. There we go. Yeah. We got a Panda sighting in the building. It's the Z Flip 3 in the building. I've been really wanting to talk about this joint, so let's go ahead and get into it. So basically, you've probably seen everything as it pertains to the Z Flip 3. We know all the negatives, we know all the positives. And for the most part, I might, just be reiterating some of that stuff. For me, the Z Flip 3 has been an amazing companion secondary device over the last couple of weeks since I've had my iPhone 13 Pro Max, which has kind of been my heavy lifter for the most part. The Z Flip 3 has come in handy when the iPhone just wasn't available, or even on days where I just wanted to kind of take a break from the iPhone. The Z Flip 3 has just been a dope device to be able to pick up and get going with. Now, if you watched my channel before, you know I had the Z Fold 2 from last year. Amazing device. All the people that got the Z Fold 3, I was debating on getting that one, but I decided to switch it up and go ahead and get the Flip. For me, I think what I really value from foldables is the ability to go smaller rather than larger. I also have the Razer 5G. Didn't do a review or anything on this one, but I will be doing some comparisons between the two of these. While this one, for many people, will be the one that you might not be feeling this one so much. I still think it's a device that you should consider. Now that the price has kind of calmed down a little bit, it's not as it's a little bit more desirable than what it was when it came out. It was $1,400, and no way should nobody be paying that price the way I did, like I did on the first one. Nostalgia got your boy. This time around, they did some refinements to it, and it's an amazing device. And I don't want to make this a razor show, but just comparing the two, these are the flip joints, just to show you guys that for me, I'm flip gang right now. It's flip squad over here. So getting back to the uh, the flip though, some of my favorite things so far has been the enhanced cover display. Now, I did not have the previous gen models with the small little cover display, and that's partly the reason why I didn't really like that. While I did appreciate the fact that you were getting a better processor, you were getting basically more of a full-fledged flagship style kind of device in the form of a flip, or in the form of a clamshell fold, or whatever you want to call it. Compared to like the Razor, it was kind of like in a mid-range market for the most part. But like I said, getting back to the cover display on this one is really dope. You can view some quick notifications. You can toggle things like your music. You can see your weather, and you get little widgets and apps and stuff that you can add on here. It's way more enhanced than what it was the first time around now, where like I said, I like to do some more comparisons between the Razor and the Z Flip here. The Razor still wins in the front cover display because you can basically operate the entire phone on the Razor. If you, well, not fully, but you get way more functionality out of the cover display than you do on the Z Flip 3. Now, that does not mean the Z Flip 3 is trash. And even in the cover display department, I kind of like the fact that it's not so much going on up front. I kind of want to be able to just view the time, do some quick notifications, toggle music and everything. You can even use it as a small little viewfinder if you're taking photos and video. So stuff like that is just fine. I don't really need it to be too much going on the front. That's the reason why it is pretty dope to have a little bit more functionality like on the Razor, because the battery life on both of these devices are kind of trash. So when you're in the full mode, you're gonna be using a lot more battery, and that's where the killer of either of these devices is when you have it open. And using the cover display a little bit more will help you kind of mask a little bit of the battery deficiencies that you're gonna have. For me, the Z Flip 3 here is a dope secondary phone. I know what you're saying. That's a whole kind of, that's some baller type talk. That's some, that's some. You think anyway. You thinking that's like kind of baller type talk to spend $1,000 on a phone and then not be your main phone. Like, why would you do that? Now, the thing that people are missing is that for it to be your main device, it does not mean that your main device has to be a flagship. There's plenty of uh, budget Android phones that can probably be your main heavy lifter with better battery, bigger screen, being able to do some of those, more heavy lifting tasks rather than just be this is the joint that you want to take out at night. This is where you want to, flex on people. Right now my hand is kind of hurt, so I'm not flip squat right now. I'm not a flipologist right now, but let me see, actually. Let me see if I can do it with the left. Hold on. It ain't got that pop like when you, oh, there we go. There we go. Let me see if I can get it on camera. Hey, there you go. So, you want to do stuff like that. Have fun with it. So, with that being said, the Z Flip 3 for me so far has been an amazing experience. I love it. I like the compact nature of it. The speakers on it are pretty dope now. They updated the speakers from compared to last year. I can suggest this more to people. You got updated IP rating. It actually has an IP rating now. It's a little bit of water resistance now. There is no dust resistance still because there's still, still crevices and whatnot with the hinge mechanism and whatnot. So aside from that though, this thing is like a little mini beast. The only things that I would say that I wish it had is just more. I wish it had all of the features that Samsung has to offer. I want DeX. I want all that stuff. Now, I know for me, DeX isn't a feature that I really live and die by. But if you're going to spend that kind of money, I think it should still be on there. I understand the device itself isn't marketed towards that kind of user, but the feature itself is, I would like it to be offered for the people that decide to use it. There's plenty of features on the Z Flip or the Z Fold 3 that typically, I would say they aren't marketed towards a certain user, but they still have it. Some of the fun features, all the drawing features and all that stuff, you would think that should be more towards the fun user right here, but those kinds of features are available across the board for Samsung, so how come DeX can't be? Just asking. But anyway, man, the Z Flip 3, man, I got more stuff coming. We got some accessories and stuff I want to talk about. I got a car mount that I want to talk about on this joint. Case, stuff like that. So just stay tuned. Z Flip 3, loving it. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you guys are feeling this joint. It's been out for a minute. The Panda color, let me know. Black, white. Also called the Michael Jackson edition. Is black, is white. Mm-mm. Yeah. Appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, hit me up in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things, for YouTube. And that's all I got. It's your man. I'm out.